Welcome to our next Fabric 5 video from Data on Wheels. I'm Steve Hughes, Data on Wheels founder, and happy to have you join us today. Today we're going to delve into another Medallion architecture implementation. This will also be in a single workspace, but will also be focused down onto a single lakehouse. So let's get started. In today's Medallion architecture, we're staying in the single workspace mode. If you recall from the previous video, we talked about building a lakehouse in a single workspace, but we spread that across multiple lakehouse items or multiple fabric items. Today we're going to talk about one architecture that's popped up in a couple conversations, and we'll discuss it, and we'll just, I'll disclose that this is not my favorite architecture in this environment. We'll talk a little bit about why, at least in the 5 minutes we have, right? So in this scenario, while retaining all the value of being in a single workspace, security, keeping the group together, all the work that we can do, so all the compute and storage in one space, I have a single team managing the data. What we've chosen to show you here today is a lakehouse with separate folders and separate folder structure to manage bronze, silver, and gold inside that single lakehouse. Now what this means is that we run a single top level folder and we separate out our gold, silver, and bronze within that structure within a lakehouse. This makes the structure, in my opinion, less clean, less clear. You now have a single fabric item holding on to all components of your Medallion architecture. Is this viable? It is. With naming convention and security modeled to the folders and to the individual tables within the context of our workspace, and one lake security, which focuses on the tables themselves, this is a very viable approach. It will work. I wouldn't recommend it because there's really I don't believe there's any real value in creating these as in the same item. As we look at what we're doing, we're going to be working within just moving data around in the same lakehouse. It's going to be less clear to the individuals who consume data out of our lakehouse where that data is at. They would have to understand the naming convention, and even the clearest naming convention is sometimes lost in people working in it. So as I look at this, and I understand that some teams may like this better because it's just less objects in their fabric workspaces, I'm not sure that less objects is the right reason to implement this architecture. At the end of the day, it's a very viable approach. You can do it. Security will manage it and let you do what you need to do. But I just think it's a more cluttered environment, even though it's less clutter in your workspace. So if you choose to do this, remember, you're going to have to handle your naming convention really well. You're going to need to understand that individuals need to be able to understand what they're looking at. Is this a bronze table? Can I trust the data? Do I really want to have raw files in the same location as a gold table? Can I do that? Yes. If your environment gets large, it gets really ugly. I just really think that at the end of the day, moving forward with this architecture, you would not be happy with the end result. But once again, that's my opinion. If you have an opinion, leave it in the comments. If you'd like to hear more, we have more Medallion architecture conversations coming up, including some of my favorites as we move forward. I hope you take a moment and like us, share, tell people about us, subscribe. I hope you've enjoyed this Fabric 5 video. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time.